I understand. That's true.
Well, do you feel like you can get something out of this?
Yeah, it definitely helps. It opens up like what we can speak about, what our problems are having, instead of, sometimes we'll just keep it in.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk it out.
So is that typical for you when you get upset with each other, you just keep it in?
Sometimes, not all the time, but
Sometimes sometimes I'll just like, okay, I'm over it. I'm not fighting about this anymore. Like, any random fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just, like, he or I will say, okay, I'm done. I'm not talking about this anymore. So it's just like, okay, that's the end of our fight or discussion or whatever.
And what do you think makes you sort of retreat into yourself?
I'm over it and I don't want to fight anymore. I don't like fighting. So I just don't want to do it.
Well, think about times where when you were growing up, did you fight with family members, fight with friends?
Yeah.
How did you usually handle those?
Well, I didn't fight with my friends that much, but I had problems with my stepdad, and I was kind of the same way. I was just over it. I don't want to hear anything else about the discussion. Okay, that's it. I don't care.
So you don't think it was important for him to know how you felt?
Yes, but if I'm trying to talk and he's talking over me, then he doesn't care what I have to say, so I don't care what he has to say.
Oh. So do you think when you're fighting with Lionel, you have the same sort of idea that he doesn't care about what you're saying, so you're going to just stop talking?
Kind of. I mean, if I have something to say, then I'm going to say it. But if I feel like he doesn't care or if he doesn't listen to me, then I'm over it.
So how do you know when Lionel cares?
When he actually listens, like how he showed me, asked me about my day and how work was and all that stuff. And if he kind of just goes about doing his own thing and he's not engaged in conversation, kind of like, nah, he's just chilling.
just tired, that's all.
Okay, but when you're in the heat of a fight and you retreat, I mean, like right now he's tired, so you're kind of backing off. But if you're in a fight and something is very important to you, do you tell him?
Yes.
Or do you retreat?
No, I'll tell him. And if he acts like he doesn't care, then I don't care. Then I just go about my own business.
And what tells you he doesn't care? What kind of behavior would you see?
If he's trying to talk over me and he's like cutting me off while I'm trying to talk, then it's not worth fighting about. I don't want to fight anymore, so I just walk away.
So do you feel like the problem's settled at that point?
No, but then we usually talk it over later, not in a big fight. We'll sit down and actually talk, like have a real discussion about the actual problem, and it's not a screaming match.
So you do feel like you can go to him to talk to him about it?
Yeah.
Just not in the heat of the moment?
Right.
And how about you, Lionel? Do you agree to talk with her because she wants to talk, or are you ready to talk and you feel like you can work it out?
Yeah, we could work it out. It's just like in heated moment when you're in an argument with somebody, you're not really thinking about like the whole picture. You're just thinking about how you feel, really.
Mm-hmm.
And after like maybe a couple hours later, you actually realize that you were wrong in some ways, and you shouldn't have yelled and other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And listened.
So when you are trying to talk it out, kind of describe to me what that would look like.
Kind of like this. Just it depends on who brings it up. But if I bring it up, then I'll tell him, and he usually listens. And if he brings it up, then I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. So it's always better. That conversation is always better than the fighting.
So the times that you have fought, do you feel like your fights always pretty much follow the same kind of pattern? where you get upset and one person stops listening so the other person shuts down?
Well, we get advice about directions a lot.
Directions?
Yeah, because he thinks that I don't know where I'm going, and he doesn't help me, and I'm asking him, where do I go? And he's like, oh, you should know. We've been here before, you should know. So, I'm just like, okay, I'll look at my phone. I don't need you help. I don't need your help anymore. Because he's over it, and I'm over it, and I don't want to hear his mouth anymore, so I shut down, and I just look at my phone directions, I ask him to pull up the address, and then that's it. I use my phone, and he sits there and does not say anything because he's mad and I'm mad.
So you sound like you're sort of just left on your own, kind of stranded when he stops talking.
Oh, well, I stopped talking too because I'm mad too. When he thinks I don't know what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing, it's just not good.
I have my ways, I guess, with directions. Kind of bad, but can't help it sometimes.
But usually, after we get to our destination,
it's
okay.
fine. Yeah, it's over.
It's over, like, how do you know it's over?
Because we got there.
Because the stress is about getting there.
Right.
And once we get there, it's all gone.
Is there anything you can do in the moment of that fight when she's asking for directions and you're telling her she should know better? Is there anything you could do in that moment that would be different from the way you usually do it?
Help.
Say it 3 or 4 times in a row, maybe.
Oh
and
my
then she might hear me.
If I say, am I going this way or that way, and you should know.
No.
If you tell me I should know 3 or 4 times, that's not going to make it any better. I just want you to know
I don't say
that.
it like that. I tell you the street. And then you ask me, what did you say? Yeah, we do that sometimes. It's fine though. It's good. We make it there somehow.
Well, you kind of sound like you're not being heard.
Sometimes, but I'll say it, and I guess I'm just like, I'm not saying it like loud enough, or she's trying to drive and not really registering what I'm trying to say. So she'll ask me again, and then that's when I say, you should know, because I said it, but she doesn't realize that I said it. But
Okay. Well, I don't actually hear it the first time. Maybe we should talk up. But okay.
So that little attitude is coming from where?
Because I'm trying to pay attention to the road and pay attention to him and what he's telling me. But if he's looking at the phone and he's, oh, you should go this way. And I cannot hear that because I'm trying to pay attention to the traffic that's going on. I don't necessarily, that's not the first thing I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about, oh, I'm trying not to hit these other cars, and I'm not trying not to have these other cars hit me. So I just gotta pay attention first, and he comes second. But I feel like it should all be, I mean, I can work on that. It could all be at one time.
So it sounds like there's some anxiety when that's happening.
Kind of.
And what do you need from him to take away that anxiety?
I need him to be prepared with the directions. Because they're usually just, oh, well, I don't know where I'm going, so let me look up the directions real fast. But I'm trying to listen. Okay, well, do I have to go this way or this way? And it's just a mess.
I guess so, yeah.
Directions is not our
Expertise.
no.
So when you're feeling anxious, I mean, other than being prepared with directions, just in any situation, if you're feeling anxious because you're having an argument, what could he provide to you that would help?
I don't know. I don't know. That's, I mean, the directions thing is being prepared with something else. I feel like that's different than other fights, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I know. Can you think of anything that if she's feeling anxious and you're both starting to get kind of anxious and nervous, Is there anything that you could do to maybe help her?
Calm her down.
How would you do
Make
that?
her realize that it's okay. Like this is it's not that stressful. We just have to focus on what we're trying to do, and then it'll work out. Just let her know that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe accepting you would make you feel a little better about relaxing.
I think so.
Okay, if he responds to you and helps to calm you down, do you think it would escalate the same way?
No, because I get very worked up.